Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today I'm going into the first of the new event dungeons for the Crisis. Right here I'm going to be going into the Sunsin Cave. This one is a little bit tricky. It's so interesting that we're getting so much content right now that's requiring fire type spells. Like if we go in here and we look at these symbol enemies, right? We have like 2 of the 5 requiring fire recommended element. So it is pretty fun. Just to show you guys my my pathing for this right here, so it's a little bit easier. Let me make this a little bit smaller. All right, so we're going to start up here. We're going to come down here. We're going to take on the, whatever this guy is, the motor ball guy. He's not too bad. Essentially, we're going to be building Cloud, like full Thunder God build, and then like Sephiroth full Ice God build. And it's basically going to get you through this with a couple fire blows and fire materias. Alright, so after we take on the motor ball, we're going to come down here to what I think is maybe the hardest fight in the entire thing, against the Assault Scorpion. And then, as you'll see, you're going to be fighting a lot of these little wolves throughout the battles, and they're going to like very quickly poison you. So we are going to bring a healing Asuna poison, as per my wont. But then after we take out that scorpion right here, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of run down towards the boss, trigger the set of ads right here so we don't have to do it later on. Then we're going to double back around. We're going to take out the, I think we're actually going to take out the, we're going to take out the Sahagan first, and then we're going to take out the Gallon Balor fourth, and there is a 300 blue crystals right over here. I'll show you guys where it is, even though I've already gotten it. And then we're going to run back around and we're going to take on the final boss. So a couple things of note. This boss right here can hit you with a very, very powerful tail laser, so we're going to want to bring some type of physical attack / magic attack down. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see in this video what whether it's physical or magical for the tail laser, and then you're going to want to debuff whatever that is in order to take less damage. I'm going to be bringing Kuja's Spirit Blade, which does both, so therefore you won't really have to worry about it. Other than that, Reno's kind of a walk. He's pretty easy, especially if you go into the fight with Diamond Dust. The Sahagan Prince, also not too bad, especially if you take out the allies quickly. The Gallon Balor is what it is. He's also not super hard, especially with Hellfire. And then the Motor Ball will be the very first thing we're fighting in the beginning, so I'm not really too worried about that. Alright, so let's go in and we'll look at the team for this battle coming up. So I'm actually going to be running this team today. So Cloud is still level 60, Aerith is 61, and Sephiroth is 61. So not like I have already got to 65 and got the huge power boost from that. So anyone at level 65 is definitely going to be having an easier time with this. Alright, so I'm going to go into Sephiroth first. So for Sephiroth, I'm basically running him in almost full ice DPS build. I could change one of his sub-weapons to get his ice R abilities up to 5, but I wanted the extra HP, especially for that frickin' scorpion. But to go over his stats, he's sitting at 83k power, 6.1k HP, 3.2k magic attack, so looking pretty good. Here are his R abilities over on the left. I am running him his Halloween costume, though if you don't have it, Kuja's will also work pretty well. Just choose whichever is best for you. I am running him Edged Wings in the first slot. It's going to be one of the best weapons for this Crisis Dungeon. And then I'm also running him the Kuja's Spirit Blade as well in the second slot. However, even if you only have a single copy of the Kuja's Spirit Blade, it's still going to be really, really helpful for this fight. So I recommend that. If you don't have it, I recommend equipping the Aonibi, since the Assault Scorpion will lower Sephiroth's magic attack by like 5 tiers, which is pretty crazy. Other than that, you can equip something, maybe like the prototype Crimson Blade. Either of those will work, although you do want some type of debuff in there. We're going to figure out what kind of debuff you need on the attack when we fight the Scorpion, so keep that in mind. As for his summon, of course, we're going to be going in with Shiva. Then I have the Ice Breach right here, a Fyra on him in the second slot, and then you're going to want to put the X Sigil Ruinra on Sephiroth, since his Edged Wings is going to give him X Sigil boost right here. So basically that means that Sephiroth can take care of all X Sigils throughout the entire Crisis Dungeon. Going into his sub-weapons here, we have the Silver Staff for the attack and ice potency. We have the Mithril Type 0 Katana for HP and magic ability potency. And then we have the Aonibi right here. Alright, so let's go over to Aerith right here. She's sitting at 71k power, 7.6k HP, 2.1k magic attack, and 2k healing. Her R abilities are as shown right here. For her costume, I'm running her the Garnet's costume, although you could run a bunch of other ones here. You could run the Rosy Battle Suit. You could also run the Chocobo Suit, would actually be pretty dang good. Aerith is not going to be basically doing any damage for us today, so something more defensive for her is fine. I'm running Fairy Tail in the first slot, and then the Sun Umbrella in the second slot, although I think like 2 of the 5 bosses will be immune to the debuff to physical defense and magic defense. We do have a Healing Asuna Poison in the first slot right here. Of course, her Healing Wind Limit Break. Then for Aerith, I'm running her both sigils, because you're going to need Circle and X throughout this entire thing. So there's the Circle Sigil, and then here is the X Sigil later on. And last but not least, the sub-equipments are the Beach Parasol, the Prism Rod, and the Lifeguard Wraps. You essentially just want to keep your HP above 6k, and yeah, Aerith is going to be basically purely buffing, healing, something like that. Alright, last but not least, here we have Cloud. He's sitting at 84k power, 7.8k HP, almost 3k physical attack. I am running him full on lightning build right here, so you can see physical attack 6, lightning potency 7. We are running him his battle garb. If you don't have the battle garb, I recommend something with HP. The Zidane one is also really good. You could also run this as well. In the second slot, I am running Hard Edge just so that he can get the physical defense debuff down up to high. I think Murasame is pretty, I mean, if you don't have it, I mean, I feel like you could just switch Cloud out with anyone, but if you do have it, you're definitely going to want that in the first slot. As for the second slot weapons, I mean, I am just bringing something to help with the debuffing, so I do like Hard Edge and I don't get to use it very often, so I'm just going to bring that. We have Hellfire up here in his summon, then we have a Fire Breach on Cloud. So Sephiroth is taking care of ice, Cloud is taking care of fire. It makes it really simple to go through everything. And also I keep them on the same line so that it makes it a lot easier to switch back and forth between players in battle. So like you can see, Cloud has the Breach on the first line, so does Sephiroth. Also the Fyras are on the second line as well, and then the Sigils are all on the third. So for Cloud, he's going to have a 4-star Fyra blow right here, and then a Circle Sigil Ruinra blow, since Sephiroth is going to be taking care of X. Last but not least, for the sub-equipments, we have the Seaside Collar for the lightning potency, same with the Crystal Gloves, and then also the Torn Wing right here at level 90. Alright guys, so that being said, let's get into this battle and get you guys the clear. I'll use one of my dungeon vouchers right here. Alright guys, so here we are going into the beginning of the Sunsin Cave. Like I said, the very first boss is going to be the motor drive down here, or the motor ball. We're going to get a treasure chest before going to it. And then we're going to be taking on what I think is the hardest fight of the whole dungeon, which is the scorpion that comes afterwards. He will be using a magic attack for the tail laser. So just keep that in mind. You could run the bandaged sword instead of Hard Edge for Cloud just to help mitigate. Okay, so we're just going to run straight into this fight right here. At the beginning, just switch over to Sephiroth. Night Bloom is going to have no effect on him, and charge your ATB and wait for his Sigil Break, which is going to happen right off the bat. Okay, I'm going to switch to a little bit faster for this. There's the Sigil, and then just do as fast as you can to break down through this. As soon as I'm able to break his Sigils, I'm just going to switch to Cloud and spam Thunder Strike through the rest of the fight. If you don't quite have the same DPS, the fight is just going to take a little bit longer, but the strategy of it is not going to change whatsoever. All right, so there's the first Thunderstrike, the second Thunderstrike, and the third Thunderstrike to take it down. All right, so there's the Motor Ball down and beaten. Next, we're going to be making our way over to the Scorpion, which is a pretty brutal fight, and then a set of ads that can also be pretty annoying, not going to lie. All right, so there goes the Motor Ball, level 65. He is downed. We're going to take the magic attack down duration because that is going to affect the Scorpion since its tail laser is magic attack. All right, so we're going to take this right here. Right before the Scorpion, I'm going to stop and we're going to actually heal up a little bit. All right, so I'm going to heal him. I'm going to heal him, and Aerith can stay the same. At the beginning of this fight, we're going to take out the Wrath Hounds as soon as possible. So at the beginning of this fight, the goal is to switch to the first Wrath Hound, start taking them out. Then you're going to want to use a magic attack down debuff on the Scorpion before he gets off his first tail laser. So if you're using the Spirit Blade, get off Flare Star. If you're using something else, get it off on the boss. I'm going to show you guys right here how it works. Okay. So I'm going to slow this back down. We're going to switch to the Wrath Hound, Night Bloom, then I'm going to switch over to Sephiroth and Flare Star. Alright, then I'm going to switch to Cloud Thunderstrike, switch back to Aerith. She is going to heal that poison. Heal that poison. Sephiroth is going to get off another Flare Star. And I'm going to try and get off one last Kiraga before the end. Alright, just to prepare for that tail laser right here. Okay, so now we're pretty set up to take it down. After this, just keep in mind that tail laser, see, look how much damage it does, it's literally insane. I'm going to get one heal off on him right there. Try to get everyone back up and running as quickly as you can, while also doing as much damage as you can. Both ice and lightning are going to do well in this fight, so just spam them as quickly as you can. Alright, I'm going to get off a Kiraga right here. That next tail laser is going to be coming up, so keep an eye on that while we're trying to take him down as quickly as we can. Alright, and it looks like he's about to go down. Alright, that is a Circle Sigil Break coming in there, so just keep that in mind. You're going to have Circle on Cloud and Aerith. Alright, so that is what I think is the hardest fight of this dungeon. There is kind of an annoying little group of ads here that you're going to want to take out now, as opposed to coming back later. So for the trance, we're going to take the physical magical defense. Come up here, grab this chest. I have actually wiped on these ads. So right here, I'm going to put a potion on Sephiroth. Wow, he needs a supplement, actually. I think I should be fine with Sephiroth. Alright, but these ads are a pain in the ass, so make sure that you take them out now. Do not leave them till the end. Alright, so right here, we're just going to go Flare Star, and we're going to try and get off these heals to these poisons, which are really annoying. Alright, while taking out these Wrath Hounds as quickly as we can. Okay, just want to get off a heal on Sephiroth right here. Alright, perfect. Yeah, so the time that I wiped on those ads was I kind of had a bad run against the Scorpion, and I didn't want to use a cottage, and so I went into that fight, and they can really take you off guard. So as soon as you take them out, you don't need to come down here anymore. You can just run back up here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take out the Sahagan Prince, which I believe is over... No, wait. He's not over here. Let's find out. Yeah, he's back down here. Of these two pathways right here, the Galambalor is to the right, the Sahagan Prince is to the left, so we're going to stop right here. We are going to use a cottage, fully heal everyone to full. And going into this fight, you could use cocktails if you want. I don't think that it's necessary. Let's check what his weakness is. He's weak to fire. So I'm not really too worried about it. Does he have any resistances? Let's check that. Yeah, resistant to water, so it doesn't matter. So we can just use ice and lightning against him. So I'm going to charge into this fight. I'm going to take out the ads first and foremost, just to make it a little simpler and easier. We'll go over here. Oh shit. Make sure to block that. Alright, here we go. With Aerith, I'm going to heal Cloud, switch back over to the red stance, slowly build that back up. Alright, here comes the first Sigil break. Go to Sephiroth, he should be able to take it down really fast. And then in this moment, just go full blast DPS, and you should be able to take him down real quick. Alright, there you go. There's the Sahagin Prince. So not too bad at all. Alright, let's see what the trance abilities are here. There's Cloud. Yeah, 61. Let's go. Alright, so Sahagin Prince down. That's 3 of 4. Here we can... You don't want to lose ice potential for the last boss. I'm not really into losing the physical potential. So I'm just going to take the healing potency here. You could take the physical attack because the last two are kind of burners. Keep in mind there are 300 crystals down here. I already got them, but you do want to get them. Alright, then we're going to come back here. We're going to move our way to the Galan Balor. Alright, and before him, I am actually going to heal up a bit. So we'll drop a supplement on Cloud and a potion. And then maybe one potion here as well. I think Aerith should be fine for his first attack. And then I'm going to drop 2 fire cocktails on Cloud and Sephiroth. Alright, and let's go into the Galan Balor. First things first, always switch to defense stance right off the bat. Whew, almost didn't get that. Alright, here we go. And we're going back. I'm going to slow this down. I'm going to Night Bloom him right here. And then we're just going to go full-blown damage. He's weak. He's resistant to lightning, so you don't want to be using that. Okay, so we broke his first bar. And then from here, we're just going to be doing as much damage as we can. I'm going to get off 1 heal right here. So we'll get the Curaga. Alright, it looks like I'm going to Fire Breach with Cloud, and then we're going to drop Hellfire. Save the Diamond Dust right here. You want the Diamond Dust for the last fight. Don't drop all of your limit breaks. Just Hellfire to get him down a little bit. Yeah, he'll be under half health. Okay. Then switch over to the guard stance when you need to for the final thing right here. Here comes the Thunderfall. Alright, so I'm going to switch over to Aerith. We're going to use the Curaga. And then from here, we're just going to go full-blown DPS till the end. Okay, here comes the Sigil break. Should be super chill with Sephiroth if you have Edged Wings and the X Sigil in his 3rd slot. And then after this break, it is going to be basically over. Alright, so I'll Night Bloom and then just switch back periodically using these fire attacks to kill him. Alright, and it looks like we are good to go. Okay, so that is the Galan Balor. Like I said, a lot of these fights were not nearly as hard as that Scorpion. That is going to be the one that's going to give you guys trouble. Build your team around that Scorpion if possible. I wish that you could fight him first, but you can't. Of course, build the team around the Scorpion, but don't give up other things you need for the other bosses. Okay. And let's see here. So I'm going to take the Ice Potency plus 30% because we are just going to blitz down Reno as fast as we can. Also, since we took care of those ads, we don't have to fight them at Crisis Level 4, which would have been a pain in the ass. Let's be real. Okay, so I'm going to stop over here by the final boss. We're going to give our last cottage. Okay, and then a Blizzard Cocktail on Sephiroth. And really, that's going to be it. Cloud can still use Murasame here, so we're going to be good. Oh, the last thing I'm going to do is just make sure we will have Summon Charge right here. So, actually, I think I'll fill Cloud's. But make sure that Sephiroth's is full right here going into this fight. At the beginning of this fight, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Ice Breach with Sephiroth, maybe Night Bloom with Aerith, but you essentially just want to Ice Breach Rufus with Sephiroth and immediately Diamond Dust. That will take care of all the ads, and hopefully you'll get it off before he encases one of your players in a pyramid. Alright, so let's see here. There's Night Bloom, switch to Sephiroth, Ice Breach, and Diamond Dust right here. Okay, this is going to take down all the ads. Probably I should have used Hellfire as well, but I'll just save that. And this is going to basically give you the opening that's going to make this fight a lot easier. So Reno, I said Rufus, is already at half health. Here comes the first sigil break. It looks like Cloud is the one in the sigil. So switch over and we'll be using, all right, there it is. For Sephiroth, he is just going to use Aerial Frostblade the whole time, and it's going to go down really fast. All right, and there you go. That is the entire Sunsin Cave on Very Hard, the Crisis Event Dungeon. I hope that this strategy works for you guys. I know that a lot of people will come in, they'll see a high combat power and think, oh, there's no way I can do this. But honestly, this strategy will work even if you had like OB1, OB2 weapons for all of these weapons that I have. Of course, the problem is not having the stronger version most of the time, but just having the weapon in general. So for example, if you don't have Kuja's Spirit Blade, you're going to need to find a character that can lower the magic attack on that Scorpion while also being able to do ice. So that's just the tricky part. You could bring a like a D-Faith or something like that, but I'm sure you'll find it. You just have to go through and look for what you need. All right, so let's see here if we get the S+ clear, and we do. And that is going to get you guys a good amount of Crisis medals. It's going to get you guys blue crystals and lots of fun stuff. So yeah, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please share your strategies in the comments below. I'm always happy to read them. If you guys have any questions, problems going into these fights, I'm always happy to help. And it's nice to have a little community of people that are all helping one another, especially when every single person has an absolutely unique count in this game. No one else is going to have exactly what you have, and that's what makes the game super fun. Anyways, that being said, I hope this guide gets you through the Sunsin Cave. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, and peace.